we kind of went to a more aggressive forecheck. You have to credit the coaching staff. They recognize that we got our guys, our group down here. We got these defensemen that can skate. So we went to a more aggressive forecheck that we've kind of done in the past down here and had success. And you can see it tonight. We play like that. We look good tonight playing that way.
You've scored something like 7 or average like 4 goals in the last 6 or 7 games. What kind of preparation goes into facing a team that has a high-powered offense like that?
Well, one of the things we keyed on was, and McDonald spoke about, was they have probably the best power play in the league right now, and that's the thing that kind of carried them. So there's 2 things to go with that. One, you stand out of the penalty box, and I don't think we took that many penalties. You give them credit, tip your hat on the one. It was a nice tip and off the face-off there, but I thought we did well on when we did get the chances and we had a kill. The 5-on-3, that was a huge kill, a huge part of the game to keep things in there and change the tides right there.
What has been the biggest difference you've noticed in some of those defensemen who've come down from Detroit?
Well, one, it's we spend less time in our own zone. They're guys that can make plays and get up the ice. Not only do we spend less time in our own zone by taking away space from the other guys, but in the offensive zone, I'd say there's more of a threat to kind of attack as a 5-man unit. We spend more time in the offensive zone. We've worked on it and we've executed high plays where the D are involved. We run 3 high and move amongst them, and it's hard to pick up guys when they're doing that. And credit the D, credit the coaching staff for kind of recognizing the group that we have now to be able to do that.
How do you feel Ricard did overall tonight, being his first home start?
Played great. He played last game he played. He was great. All you can ask is a goalie to give us a chance to win, and he did that tonight.
With Detroit,
I felt good. Obviously, I hadn't played in almost 2 weeks, week and a half or whatever, but once I got into the flow of the game, I felt good. Coming down here, a little more time, but I thought I kept it simple. At the end of the day, I thought I played well, and the team played well, and we deserved to win the game. And kind of fell short there in the shootout, but I think they'd be happy with our effort.
this team's got a high-powered offense. They've scored like 4 goals in the past 6 or 7 games. What kind of preparation for you as a defenseman goes into kind of stymieing a high-powered offense like that?
I think just gaps. I think we had great gap control tonight. We deflected everything to the outside when they did come in, and our goalie was there when we had breakdowns, and that's all you can ask. I thought we skated well tonight. We played in their end a lot of the game, majority of the game, and as a defenseman, it makes life easy for you.
How would you sum up this last stint with Detroit?
I thought it was good. Every day I feel like you learn something up there, and that's all you can do. As young guys, you're trying to take in as much as you can from guys who've been around, guys like Cronwall, Daly, Erickson. They have so much to offer in regards to what they've been through. And, I had a lot of fun up there as well.
Just an explanation of why did they stop to play like 15 seconds after that?
Goalie's helmet was off, so obviously player safety. Old school guy like me, I would like to see it play on, 1970s hockey, but safety. And I mean, at the end of the day, which the face up inside, I don't know that the refs made that call, but in the interest of player safety.
Overall, what was your reaction when you got sent back down? Were you disappointed or just happy to be back to getting a lot more time on the ice, or how did that feel for you?
I think you're disappointed to start, but you realize that you're going to come down here and you're going to play in all situations. And the coaching staff down here has done a very good job, even though I don't really know him as well as I have in the past with 2 new assistants and Benny taking over as head coach. But coming down here, a little more comfortable in the room, being here for a little bit, knowing some of the guys, and also kind of taking a leadership role on myself. There's me being the young guy, but there's a lot of young guys in this room who are either playing their first or second year pro. So if I can kind of be a vocal leader and lead by example, I'm going to do that.
Do you feel like what you learned up there in the NHL, you can portray a lot better down here and able to help your game down here a little bit more and teach the guys?
I think so. I think up there, guys are so fast and everyone's kind of where they need to be. Down here, you can kind of learn the angles to take. I thought I really, first game back, I thought my gaps were really good. I was coming across some guys and really stepping up and in place, and that's like an ask myself.
In your limited time, knowing Ben as coach, what's he like? Is he anything like Nelly? Has he got a completely different style?
You know what? I think every coach has their own style, but Benny's done a good job of not, making a 180-degree turn from Nelly. He's done a really good job of practice. I practiced once, and he had really, a lot of the same drills, but the flow of practice went really well. And even the bench management was really good. I thought, he kept guys in the game, got guys in the game when he needed, and at the end of the day, I guess we changed systems in regards to forechecks and really took away their time and space, so it was good.
What did you see from your team in that first period of holding the 6 shots?
Well, not only did we hold the 6 shots, we generated 18 4, so I thought we did a great job taking away time and space, and we talked about holding on the pucks down low and funneling more pucks in net. I thought we did a tremendous job of coming out and doing that. So it was something we worked on in practice, and see that kind of come to fruition this week in the first game was it's encouraging.
What kind of preparation goes into facing a high-powered offense like Iowa, who scored 4 goals in the last average?
Just to know, I think an awareness of who you're playing against and making it difficult. I mean, they've got some pretty smaller, speedy forwards that can generate offense, and to make those guys play in the D zone is something that they don't really want to do. So even if it's just spending time down there, it's more of a mental kind of block as, I just spent a ton of time in the D zone. It's more of a mental thing than anything. And if we can generate more offensive chances off it, it's great.
I think this is the first time you've had your entire D core that you probably were expecting around training camp.
Yeah.
What's it like to have all those guys?
Well, it's great to get all those guys back, but then we lose one of our key pieces in top centerman and Megan. So, that's the reality of the American Hockey League, is the ever-changing roster with call-ups and injuries and guys that are sent down. So, but to have our defensive core that we kind of thought we would have this summer actually be in place now is encouraging. So, JoJo came back. He hadn't played in a few games, so he's getting his legs underneath him, and that comes. Timing's coming with that, and he played pretty well tonight overall. And I thought, just in general on the back end, we played very well.
What have you seen from Shulak and Roenick since they've been back?
Just their ability to skate. I think they both have a confidence in them, both with the puck and without the puck. It brings it projects a confidence within the group. So I think they've done a good job of playing to their strengths. At times, I think that they will try and do too much, which we have to focus on, make sure they're not trying to do it all themselves and trying to win the game every shift, and kind of picking and choosing their spots a little bit better.
What did you think of Rebar's performance tonight?
I thought Pat was good. I mean, he had a great game in Belleville last game, and he's calm. He brings a calm presence to him. I think he followed up with a really good game tonight, and I think he'll want that PK goal back. It just kind of squeaked in, but anytime you get to a shootout, it's a coin toss. So I think overall he played 2 back-to-back good games, and he's starting to get his confidence back underneath him and get his legs underneath him.
Do you think the lack of having Campbell on the lineup is a major impact on your forwards, or not so much right yet?
Well, if you look at our games, I think that our power play hasn't won us games, and I think our PK hasn't bailed us out enough. And that being said, you ask about Campbell. He was a huge part of our penalty kill last year, and missing him is something that you're starting to see. And you look at the beginning of the year, and we didn't have our D-core in place, so it's tough to kill penalties when you don't have the D-core that you feel is adequate enough, or you're putting guys in different positions that aren't typically penalty killers to do that job. So I think that missing Campbell, once we get him back, I think you'll see probably a little bit boost in the penalty kill as well.
What did you see from your power plays tonight?
I just thought we were very disconnected. I think that we were taking shots at inopportune times. We had shots blocked, and it's been like that since the start of the year. And it's funny, confidence can snowball in the right direction, and it can really, when you don't have confidence, it can be like quicksand. The harder you try it, the harder you fight, the worse it goes. So I have no doubt in my mind that the group here, with the amount of skill we have, will find the right pieces. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but the sooner we do that, obviously, the better for the outcome of our games.
What about zone entries on the PP? It seems like you guys struggled a little bit with that.
Yeah, again, disconnected, sloppy, timing's off a little bit, and again, that has to do with change the lineup. I think we did practice it this week, obviously, and again, it's just execution. It's bearing down and making sure our guys are focused, and you can tell when guys, if they're not making 5-10 foot passes, they're not engaged mentally, and I think we just have to get the mindset to that 2 minutes in the power play is an integral part of the game. Whether or not we score on it, just maintain momentum. We certainly can't be giving up scoring chances to give them momentum.